Hello and welcome to another Woman of the Week. I'm Jackie Rives, your community leader for Women of the Channel. Today, I am very excited to get to know Ashley Flaska, VP of Marketing with Zones. Hi, Ashley. Thank you for joining me today.
Hi, Jackie. Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, I'm really excited to get to know you and have our community members get to know you. So let's start off with those icebreaker questions. Where do you live and where did you grow up if that's different?
So I currently live in a town called Barrington, Illinois, which is about 35 miles northwest of Chicago. And amazingly, although I moved away, I actually came back and raising my daughter here for the education purposes and everything, but back in the same town. So yeah, it's funny how everything comes full circle.
It is funny how that happens for sure. Okay. Well, what is perhaps a fun or little known fact about you that you don't mind sharing with all of us?
So, my first job out of college was a marketing coordinator at Malnati's Pizzeria. And for those who don't know Malnati's, it's the best pizza place in Chicago. So, I started my career off there. But the funny little fact about this is that I designed the pizza boxes as well as the pizza lids for the 1-800 Ludigo, like where you ship pizzas anywhere in the country. And almost 30 years later, they are still utilizing my same pizza box and pizza lid design that I did way back then.
That is pretty cool. That is a fun fact. I love that.
So
It
it's
must
yeah,
be a
it's
pretty cool design.
well, no, it's not. That's the funny thing about it. It's not a cool design, but my family still orders pizza from there. So every single time we order it, we're like, ah, there's the box.
The
So
box.
it's fun.
That is fun. That is a fun fact. All right. Well, let's dive in more into your professional world. So let's go with what is the most important risk you took and why?
So I worked at a company called NEC, a projector and display manufacturer for 15 years. And one of the biggest risks I took and most important risk I took was leaving NEC after 15 years. It was great because NEC gave me such a strong B2B technology marketing and global marketing and channel development experience. But I really reached a point at NEC where I could stay comfortable or I
Mm,
could push myself to grow and go into the unknown. And so that's what I did, and I made the leap to go to a startup, which was a pretty bold move
yeah.
because there's like no safety net, there's no massive corporate backing. So it was really just grit and an opportunity to build something meaningful from the ground up. But it forced me to become more than just a marketer. It
Hmm.
really made me become a business builder. So I did a lot more with less. And I was competing in a space that was dominated by giants. And so,
Mm,
really, that experience kind of changed my mindset to be bold, take more risks, and lead with purpose. But I think that that whole trajectory, it kind of shaped, who I am today because then everything that followed in my career with going into distribution and then now at Zones really just helped me understand that you have to get out of your comfort zone. So, making an impact is never going to come without taking some risks.
yes, that's a great share. Clearly, it obviously worked out for you to do that and got you, comfortable in the uncomfortable, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
In a ways, yeah, yeah. No one likes to be uncomfortable, but you're so right. That's how we learn and grow and probably make the most memorable changes in our life, just as you'd said, like this is the thing that you thought of.
Mhm.
So that's amazing. All right. Well, let's go with who are some individuals who inspired you in your journey over the years?
So I'll start with, so I have 4 individuals that have
Okay.
really shaped my journey. So the first one is my sister, Candace Graham, and
Mhm.
she played a huge role at the start of my career. So
Okay.
early on, I was watching what she was doing, and all of her work in advertising and marketing, and something about what she did kind of gave me a little spark. And so I watched her, make some bold moves and go through different challenges, but continuously rise in her career. So
Mm.
that was always very inspiring to me. And so that's really one of the reasons why I landed in marketing. Really, it's her tenacity and confidence as a woman in marketing that helped me pursue my own path in the industry and try to lead with her same drive and resilience. So that was the start and how I kind of
Yeah.
got into marketing. And then after that, so we talked a little bit about that I was at NEC for 15 years, but I had a mentor at NEC. His name is Pierre Richer, who was our president and CEO. And so he's really one of the most influential leaders that has helped shape my career because he taught me really how to think strategically and while staying relentless in execution. And I think those are two things that sometimes people struggle with is strategy and execution and having a good balance between both of those because you need that to be able to
Mm.
excel. But I was able to learn from him to lead with clarity and conviction. And really, his philosophy was driving measurable business outcomes. And so that pushed me again to be a business leader first and then a marketer. And I think, again, those things have really helped shape my career, just understanding business before marketing, because
Mhm.
that's something that can help drive marketing. But one thing that he always said is, and it's you hear this so often, and I hear it even with people that work for me, is like, when can I get a promotion, or how can I grow in this company and everything. I think everybody hears that so often. And his comment, because of course, when I was younger, that was something that how can I get a promotion? What do I need to do? And so his feedback to me was, do the job so that you can earn the job title. So
Mm.
that's something that really resonated with me. And so I approach every role that way, that if you want a promotion, then you need to do that job first and prove that you can do it, because then eventually, you'll get there. So
Yeah.
I thought that was good advice that I've taken with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then another leader who was really instrumental is Kevin Kelly, who was president and CEO of Stampede. And Stampede is a Pro AV technology distributor who was later acquired by Exertis and Elmo. And Kevin took a chance on hiring me as his global VP of marketing. However, I knew Kevin from my NEC days, but he's one of the sharpest business leaders that I've ever worked with. And he believes that careers or channel success is built on math, discipline, and strategy. And all of these all come back to strategy. But under his leadership, I really learned the importance of using data to make decisions, fiscal rigor, and direct communication. And so this has really helped shape my own management style with clear expectations, measurable outcomes, and really the courage to make hard calls when
Mm.
the business dictates it. So that's that was a great leader who helped shape my career. And then lastly, is not somebody in that I've worked with, but it's my daughter, who's so last but not least, but
Yeah.
she's one of my greatest sources of motivation because she competes for the University of Wisconsin track and field team. but has really shown me what discipline, resilience, and heart truly look like. And every day she reminds me, day in and day out as she goes to her practices and gets through the day with all of these really challenging things that she needs to do to make it through practice, to lead with purpose, to push hard, and to really never give up on, what your hopes and your dreams are. So she's been a real inspiration to me.
Oh, I love this. This especially the storytelling where it starts with your sister and ends with your daughter and all the professional experience you've gathered in between. It's always so crazy to me how fast this time goes. And it just zipped by. But you gave us some really great insights along the way. So Ashley, we are so excited to be celebrating you as our Woman of the Week this week.
Well, thank you so much, Jackie. I really appreciate it. And it was great to talk with you.
Yes. All right, community members, please give Ashley your high five, share your insights. The conversation was never meant to end here. So until next time, have an amazing week.